Hey team, happy Monday. Drop your favorite emoji below right now because you were on the replay. All right, so I'm going to talk with you all about working smarter, not harder. That's kind of what all of my thoughts kind of jumbled to. I don't have any nails on right now. I just took my nails off last night and I put double layer of the Color Street nail strengthener on, which by the way, woo, that's a bomb. Okay, so what I would love for you to share is, why are you here? Why do you work your business? Because I've been thinking a lot lately about how a lot of us kind of just lose focus of what we're doing and why we're here. And I really encourage you to get a little bit deep for a minute. And yes, this is probably like my 5th cup of coffee. So I don't know where this video is going to take us or what's going to come out of my mouth. But if you are here for it, just put a coffee emoji below so that I know you are here for it, for whatever comes out of this mouth. So what I was thinking about today is, what do I want my personal life to look like a year from now? And where do I want my personal business to be a year from now? So that's something that I encourage you to think about, is where would you like your personal life to be 1 year from now? And then I want you to take a step back and look at your personal business. When I say your personal business, I mean the one-man band, like you solo, not if you're a leader. I just want you to think of your personal business, because something that I want to tell you guys, and this might hurt your feelings or this might come as a surprise, but the only person you have control over is yourself. So you cannot want something for somebody that doesn't want that for themselves. And it was kind of maybe what sparked up this whole conversation was the message at church yesterday. But the pastor was sharing about, no matter how bad we want something for someone else, we can't want that for them. They have to want that. Now, his message, of course, was in reference to faith. But you can honestly relate that to anything, and me personally, I related it to Color Street. As you all know, Team No Excuses is 400 plus strong. But do I have control over any of those 400 plus people? Yeah, one of them, myself. So I have control over the commitment that I have to my business. I have control over my motivation, my discipline, all those things. So I want you to remember that. And that's kind of going off on a little tangent here, but I want you to think about where you want your personal business a year from now, 5 years from now, in your personal life. What do you want that to look like? And something else that I want to remind you guys is the time is passing regardless. So whether you are all in working your business or you are on the verge of saying, I don't know if this is for me, I might need to take a break, or maybe you're watching this and you're thinking that you want to relaunch your business. I'm here to tell you that I have been with this company for 4 years and it has been a ride for sure. And it does not seem like 4 years. Now, had I thought back then, am I going to be here 4 years from now? Probably not, because when I joined, I wanted some discount nail polish and hopefully some for free. Okay. And I thought if I can make a little bit of extra money on the side, that is going to be the icing on the cake. But here I am 4 years later, and regardless of what my life threw at me, what my career looked like, what my marriage looked like, what my parenting looked like, whatever, the time was still passing, okay? So over those 4 years, I have stayed committed and consistent to my business, and it has brought me to where I am today. Now, could I be a lot further along in my business? Hell yes, I could. But this is all a reflection of my commitment and my consistency to my business. So I'm saying all this to tell you that the time is passing regardless. So stay committed, stay consistent with your business, because the time is going to go by anyways. And I know there's going to be highs and lows and wins and losses and blah, blah, blah in your business. But guess what? That is business. That is the ebb and flow of business. You are not going to have bomb record-setting months every month, but you're also not going to have months that are slow and in the trenches all the time. So you have to appreciate the business that you are in. That is the business model that we are part of. There are highs, there are lows. But what I want to tell you all, think of a big goal that you have in your business. So my personal big goal, you guys, it came to me at conference. So I don't want to get all scratchy over here talking so much. My big goal and what relit my fire, now there was so much that happened at conference, but there was one thing in particular that made me really like swallow deep and made my heart beat, and I'm not gonna lie, made my armpits sweat a little bit, okay, was when I learned that the incentive trip changed. What do I mean by that? Yes, of course the location changed. It does every year. What changed about that incentive trip is the fact that when you earn that trip, you automatically get to bring a guest. Let me tell you guys, if you don't know, I've been with this company 4 years. I have earned every single incentive trip since I started. When I started with this company, we were already 1 month into the qualification period of the incentive trip, and I pushed myself to earn that trip because I love a challenge. Why not? I have not been on a single incentive trip that I have earned. Why? Because when I go out of the country for the first time, and yes, I am sad to say I've never been out of the country, but I have been with my husband since I was a teenager, and we have always said that we were going to travel out of the country together. I never hit the level to take my husband with me. We had to pay out of pocket for it. And unfortunately, having 3 kids in life, it wasn't in our budget for us to pay for my husband to go with me. So I have never went on a trip. When I learned that I could take my husband when I earned this trip, you guys, I'm going to tell you, the freaking gates of heaven opened and the fire lit in my heart. And I said, mark my words, I sent it to my husband, honey, we are going to Jamaica and Color Street is paying for it. And since that trip announcement took place, I have had a fire inside of me like nothing I've had in a long time. And I know that I am taking my husband on that trip. Now, it's not going to be easy, you guys. You can't just say, I'm going on an all expense paid trip to Jamaica, because it doesn't work that way. And that might not be your goal. Your big goal right now might not be a trip to Jamaica, but that's what's really pushing me right now. That's what's lighting my fire right now, is that trip. And I have that tracker where I can see it in my vision every day, because I'll tell you something right now. Your fire is not going to stay burning bright if you don't continue to throw logs on it. So you may be excited about all the conference announcements, but that doesn't mean that you're going to stay excited and this fire is going to stay a bonfire for so long. It's probably going to dwindle out and it's going to become ashes if you don't keep throwing logs on that fire. So I have that sitting where I can see it every day and I know where I'm at on that tracker. But let me tell you what is helping me to stay on track and keep my fire lit for that. In order to earn the Jamaica trip, you guys, what do you need? What are the 2 main things that you need to earn that trip to Jamaica? Can you tell me in the comments? Don't worry, I'll wait. No, I won't. I'm going to keep going. But what do you guys need? There's 2 main things that we need to earn that trip to Jamaica. And it is PV and enrolling. And where does that come from? I feel like I'm teaching a lesson right now. Like I should have a little whiteboard behind me to put stuff on. But where does the PV and the enrollments come from? We all know where that comes from, right? It comes from nail bars, or soon to be beauty socials. So what did I do? I didn't have any parties booked, you guys. When I was at conference, I had 0 parties booked. I had to start from ground zero, square one, whatever you want to call it. And I had to get out there and message and message and message. And I'm going to tell you, there's so many amazing ways to book parties, but I am old school as it comes. So how do I book parties? I freaking ask people. That's how I book parties, okay? I offer different party styles and I ask people. And no, I didn't ask 3 people and all 3 people said yes. I heard lots of no's. But guess what? That's in my job description to hear the word no. So that's okay. And I let them know that's okay, but I'm going to check back with you next month and see if it might be a better time for you. And don't you know, I wrote their name down and I will follow back up with them, because that's part of business. So I started messaging. Guess what, you guys? I've got 7 parties booked now, and I shit my pants over the weekend because I was like, what am I going to do now? I got the parties booked. What the flip do I do? Okay, you guys. So I went and I started looking in upline groups for different party styles, party templates. I went into the virtual office and checked out the nail bar assets that they so graciously make for us. And I started doing the darn thing with these parties, okay? And I've only had 2 so far. I've got several more to set up today, which is on my to-do list. I will get it done. But you guys, you have to make a plan and you have to focus on income producing activities. So in this business, I feel like it is so very easy to get off track and start doing things that do not produce income in your business. So what do I mean by income producing? It means networking. It means sampling. It means nail bars. It means enrolling conversations. Like, those are the things that we need to be focused on. Making fun graphics? No. There's bomb graphics groups that already have everything laid out for us, okay? Don't get stuck in a rabbit hole when you go in them groups, because I'm telling you, those people create some bomb graphics that you'll leave there. You'll go in looking for one graphic and you'll leave with 100. I promise you. If you see my camera roll on my phone right now, you would fall out laughing, because it is legit so much stuff that I've saved from the graphics groups for my parties. But go in there, utilize the resources in the virtual office. Quit trying to recreate the wheel. Quit trying to do things that are not bringing income into your business and are not moving the needle forward and you reaching the goals that you have set for your business. The other thing is getting sucked into social media. I can't tell you how many times I personally go on to do something in a party or in my VIP group, and I just start looking on Facebook, and then I forget why I went on to Facebook in the first place. Somebody please drop amen below if you've ever done that, because I would love to know that I'm not alone. But I'll tell you guys, it is so easy to get sucked in, and before you know it, you've been scrolling 30 minutes. And that's 30 flipping minutes that you could have done so much in your business, but you wasted it. I mean, you get little pockets of time in your business. Have some notes out of what you want to do. Like, if you are going to work on your lunch break, you need to know ahead of time, hey, I'm reaching out to X, Y, and Z. I'm following up with X, Y, and Z. I'm going to ask X, Y, and Z if they want to host a party. Like, you need to know what you're doing. So that way, when you sit down with those pockets of time, you can do the darn thing and you can do some income producing activities. Okay, I need to hurry up because my reminder just went off for my leader call and I got 2 minutes. So I'm going to have to make this quick. Okay, so I already talked about you cannot control others. You cannot want something for someone that doesn't want it for themselves. What you can do if you are a leader, you can, and this is the motto for Team No Excuses, for all of the leaders, you guys know this, is know the way, go the way, and show the way. So what do I mean by that? You need to know what the flip you're doing, okay? Know the way. Go the way. That means doing what you would want your team to do. That is doing nail bars. That is sampling people. That is sharing the business. I mean, all the things. So know the way, go the way. And then lastly, show the way. We have to show them that what we're doing is working or not working. Be transparent. Let them know, hey, just like you guys on the team know, I did my very first messenger party last night. Why? Because I shared it with you guys. Or maybe I shared it this morning. I can't remember. My days are running together, you guys. I told you, I am overwhelmed incredibly, but it is a good overwhelm. And my husband knows more about my business right now, not my business, but my Color Street business, than he has in a long time, because I'm being so transparent and open with him, because he has seen me on my phone in parties, interacting, messaging people. And I'm like, honey, look, this is what's happening. Like, I just exploded. I've got these parties going on. I've got this happening. This is my goals. You know what I'm working towards. And he's like, I got your back. Like, that's okay. That is a-okay. And he knows that it is on my radar to take us on that trip to Jamaica. And all of this hustle and these little bits and pieces of time that I've taken away from my family to hustle and work on this goal, we are not going to be worried about that when we're sitting on that beach in Jamaica having a drink together, appreciating the hustle and the commitment that I had to my business. So I'm just telling you. All right, so know the way, go the way, and show the way. Lastly, what I want to touch on, and you all already know I preach it all the time, is the nail your week form. Since I came back from conference, I have a reminder on my phone, which by the way, I live by reminders. Right now, I have a reminder that is looking in my eyes on my phone, send nail fees to my hostess to share in the party. Because every day at noon, I go to the nail fee groups, I pull 2 bomb manis, and I send them out to all my hostesses. I'm like, share this in your party and ask them which mani would they wear. Because, you know, that's a whole other training right there about hostess coaching and getting your host involved. So I'm gonna get back on track because it's 12:01 and I'm late to my leader call. What I want to talk to you guys about is nail your week. Every Monday, I have a reminder on my phone that says nail your week. So I remember to get that out and go through all of the steps on the nail your week form. There's trainings out there. If you don't know what nail your week is, you can find it. But it helps you with setting goals, which is so important in your business. It helps you to track your goals because at the end of the week, you go back and you see what you achieved as far as the goals that you set. It helps you with staying consistent. And you need to be prepared to give grace. If you don't fill out the entire nail your week form, give yourself grace because you're not always going to fill out the form every single week. So it's okay. And then lastly, you want to evaluate. You want to go back and make sure that what you're doing is working and celebrate the biggest success that you had that week. But using the Nail Your Week form has helped me to remember to post in my VIP group, to book those parties, to go live in my VIP group, to schedule game nights in my VIP group. Most importantly, personal development. That's something that will wreck your mind quickly if you are not pouring positivity into your mind. But I'm not going to go through the whole Nail Your Week form because there's trainings out there on it that you can listen to if you wish. But you guys, work smarter, not harder. Set your goals and go after them and don't let anything stop you. And remember that you are only in control of yourself. You cannot control anybody else. If you lead a team, my best advice to you is stop wanting things for someone that doesn't want it for themselves. There are so many abundant resources out there for people. If they want success in this business, they will utilize the tools and the resources that are there. The path is paved. There is a gorgeous blacktop road right in front of them with everything they need to be successful. And not to mention, I can speak for most leaders on Team No Excuses. You are an open book when it comes to leading. And I know if somebody wants success, they're going to reach out to their leader and say, hey, I need help with XYZ, and you are going to be there. So know the way, go the way, show the way. Those that want success, those that want help, it's available to them. But focus on yourself. Without your personal business, you are nothing. So you guys, I love y'all. Thanks for listening to me. I am 3 minutes late to my leader call, so I'm going to tune in there. Let me know something that you pulled from this, though. You know, I always ask that every time. What is something that you took away from this message? And